most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. Therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you hear. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now when you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand anything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by, or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
What is up, guys? Welcome back. Aldo here. We are in the midst of one of the biggest elections of our lifetime. 73% chance for the Lion, 27% chance for Kamala Harris, and Florida was already called, which is a good sign for the Lion. These states have been called, so I mean it's going to take some time to really know. It looks very good in a lot of respects, and I think that's kind of part of the reason why we're jumping a little bit here, at least a little bit of that reason. So yeah, what's up, Johnny M? And what is up, Kaus? Contested vote. So it definitely could be, man. It's definitely possible. You know, it wouldn't surprise me. 70-something% chance of Trump, though. But I think it's going to be a few hours before we, it's 10 p.m. Eastern right now. It's probably going to be a few hours before you get, I mean, it's all about Pennsylvania, Nevada, well, really the Rust Belt, obviously. I mean, 14% in Michigan, so you got time. And Wisconsin, they haven't even started counting. I don't even think the polls have closed. Yeah, it's only 7 p.m. on the West Coast, so we got time. But when you look at, let's see what Florida is here. So Florida counts votes quick. a computerized system, 93% in, Trump winning by, holy moly, that's about 6, wait, that's over 10 points. Wait a second here. Just want to look at, that's like at Mississippi level here, or like freaking, yeah, that's a landslide for Florida. That's a landslide. Now, let's say Miami-Dade County, 55. Oh my God. So this really went red amplified. And to answer your question, Johnny M, of course I voted. Look at this is all me. You know, let's see. I'm in Bali, Indonesia, man. I'm in Bali, not Puerto Rico. It'd be dark in Puerto Rico right now. But yeah, I'm in Bali, which is a really good place, especially in the mountains. I kind of like the Ubud area better than the Canggu. Canggu is cool, but I like being in the mountains a little bit better. You know, there's a trade-off. You're farther away from the ocean, but it is cool. I mean, it's very spiritual here. It is a really cool place. I mean, still think Bali's, you know, one of those places where you could live very cheaply in the mountains. Really cool place, but there's trade-offs for everything. But yeah, so yeah, we're jumping up here. Baby dog goes to Washington. Okay. Okay, so not surprised there. It looks like a red wave, man. I mean, it really looks like. Let's just see here what they think GDP, or 65. So that's what they're thinking in terms of betting odds. Republican sweep 60%. So, I mean, it's still, you know, it's not. We don't want to make anything premature. I think if you're going to have any possibility of a Kamala victory, you want this number for Trump to go down pretty quickly. What happened in the last election was the betting odds went very high in favor of Trump, like 60, 70%. Around this time, actually, it was around 10 p.m. of election night, I think, and then it started to go back in Biden's favor. So anything could happen with high-speed internet. It's pretty good. It does not the best internet where I am right now. It does cut out a little bit. I'm going to be on Paul Barron tomorrow. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, which is 1 a.m. tonight for me. So, yeah. Closest state, Pennsylvania. That's interesting that they think Pennsylvania. I would think it would be Michigan or Wisconsin. But yeah, we'll see here. I mean, it's, you know, Texas was already, okay. So this is really starting to go quickly, which, I mean, this is when Texas was called last time, I think, by about 8 points for Trump. This looks like a damn Trump landslide here. I mean, if you're looking at 93%, I mean, that's over 10 points for Trump in Florida. That's a really frickin' landslide. The marijuana amendment did not get passed in Florida. It got 55%. I think they're still early to call on a few of them. I think he might be able to take Nebraska. Let's look at Nebraska's second or whatever. I don't know if this is the best place to be looking at this. Is CNN making, I'm just curious, is CNN trying to still say, what are they saying? Like, are they making the same calls here? Just curious. Okay, so they called, okay, so it's essentially the same. Georgia is going to be a big one too, but I think as soon as you flip a state from last time, that gives you the momentum that you're looking for. 64% in. I mean, it could change here, I guess, but yeah. Reuters site, okay. Reuters election 2022, okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm trying to find, I mean, there's no map here really. Oh, here we go. So yeah, I mean, maybe this is a little bit more, more updated than the Fox one. Probably not by much though, but that Florida one. Well, actually, no, the Fox one's ahead here, on Florida at least. So yeah. But when we, I think the best thing we could kind of do to have an idea of what's going to, okay, going down a little bit. That's kind of what Harris needed here. So we'll see. We'll definitely have to see what happens. Let's do some analysis. do a little bit of analysis here. So it looks like you might be able to keep going on Bitcoin based on the daily. You know, you got that jump that we were kind of looking for. There still are those bearish signs. I think the question is, can you, this is the big spot at 73, 74, can you jump to make a new all-time high? You're going to have to probably hit 75, 76 to make a true new all-time high. So, you know, that's the important thing here. So, yeah. But yeah, that's going to be a big thing. It seems like you could keep going up, but it is election. Let's say it gets a little bit more competitive. You know, some of the odds change more towards Harris a little bit. What happens then? You know, that's where we gotta you know, look and try to see what's going on there. You know, so yeah. And you got the blood diamond there. I would still lean concerned based on that 5-day, based on that weekly too. It is conflicting though. I think the market, it's telling us, you know, we don't know what's going to happen at the moment. It looks good in the short term, more continuation, but do we just do the same thing here at 2,600? Had the Bitcoin shorted and got stopped out in profit, so that one wasn't too bad. If you're trying to trade right now, let's see. I mean, yeah, I think it's risky. I almost don't want to enter any position at the moment, but you could try this, you know, something like that probably has a good shot of winning potentially. But just let's see what happens. Let's see, maybe wait till we have an outcome. Or if we don't have an outcome for days, then we'll, you know, look at something. But yeah, bearish oscillators even matter at this point. They always matter. But I mean, you know, it's just a game of probability. Rates are going to be what? Tomorrow, I think? Or is rates tomorrow? What's the Fed watch tool? Let's take a look at that. Come on. So that's going to be November. So yeah, so about, you know, 20, a day and a half. Yeah. I'm ahead of you guys. So yeah, based on, yeah, it's still freaking November 5th. So 2 days, I guess. Yeah. It's it's Thursday then instead of, I thought it's Wednesday normally. Maybe this one's Thursday. I don't know. When you look at rates, you know, the 30-year, it's a weird thing. I think you're just going to keep making lower highs and reject here. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. I don't really expect this to just push through, you know, where we are right now. I think it would be pretty unlikely, especially with the Fed cutting rates more, unless they don't cut rates, but that's highly unlikely. Less than a 1% chance of that. So, yeah, I think this will reject, but we'll see. Somebody's asking me about this one. Yeah, it's too new to really know. Yeah, some of the favorites, Solana jumping up a bit here, coming up to that area, 188. I mean, it does look good on high time frames, especially for Bitcoin too. That 3-week confirmed green dot, that monthly, yeah, trying to continue forward here, but it's, man, it does look good on the macro. Let's look at ETH versus Bitcoin here, guys. And if anything else happens with the election while I'm looking at this, feel free to let me know in the chat. Always remember to smash the like button, guys. Always appreciate that. So yeah. Let's see. Right there for ETH versus Bitcoin. I think on the other chart did draw out, yeah, that point that I just, yeah, we're actually hitting it or losing it right now. Let's draw out that point. I thought I already drew this out. Maybe it was on a different chart, but anyway, that's the point that we want to hold. So far, not looking too good there. And if you lose that, then you're looking at 0.03, which it kind of looks like you might. But before then, you could get a jump up to 73 again, then continue downward and get your, you know, end of year correction or something possible. Because I do think that this 4-day could bring us down more. So yeah, let's look at Shiba Inu. trigger waves and such. Yeah. Ah, man. It's conflicting, man. I'm neutral. I think you can reject here. You probably will come up a little bit more, then come down a little bit. It's hard to say. Not sure on that one. Keep watching these odds, 71.28. So, let's go back to the Fox one. I think that's going to be more. Trump is overperforming in Virginia. Yeah, so I think a few more hours. We just got to wait till. I think Pennsylvania is the real big one. 18% in. We will have to see. Ohio, that should be called really soon. They're just counting slowly there. Georgia, you do have 30% more. I feel like right now is if like the really low risk, high return, and I would not take this bet, but if you wanted to do, if you bought yes for Kamala right now, yeah, you'd make some money. But I don't think it's gonna, I think it's gonna be Trump. But these odds could go back in your favor a little bit. I mean, if it's like last time, but it probably won't be. So, Kansas for Trump. Yeah, I mean, it's just calling all the Colorado for Harris. Okay. Yeah, they were able to really call them quick. Some of these. It was Connecticut. Okay. Yeah, these are, there's only a little bit of the vote in. But yeah. What are people saying on Twitter? Come on. Okay. So according to CVO, it's all over. I guess people are already claiming the victory. Florida was called an hour ago now.
Line, stay in line. Don't let them take you off that line. Vote. Stay in the line. They can't do anything about it. And vote. We're going to win it big. Thank you.
Let's see, is there an order book for these odds, like at the bookies offer you pay out before the results hit? There could be. Some of the exchanges, some of the books do that. I've seen that for sports. I don't know, though. I don't know if Polymarket does it, but I've seen it on, like, Hard Rock and stuff like that. Betting Market's always one step ahead. Yeah. Trump by a decent margin. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're Harris and you have any chance at this point, you want this number to really start to go down. Like I feel like 70, the 70 is like if it goes above 75, you're done. I feel like, and then if any of the Rust Belt states get called against you or called for Trump, you're done essentially, in my opinion. So yeah. But I think that, you know, with CBO, it's probably going to be Trump. I think if it's I think you want a decisive victory to prevent protests and other nonsense. You know what I mean? But this does look like it could come up a little bit. Yeah, I kind of want to have fun. I kind of want to do a trade right now. Let me go over to BYDFI and do something. See if I could get in. Oh, I gotta log in. Damn it. We could do that. Let me just mute the the display for a minute here, so I can get in. Yeah. We'll do a fun trade on ETH or something, just to entertain you guys. We got to do something fun here. And by the way, if you guys want to sign up for BYDFI, link is in the description below. I want to trade ETH. Let's get back to, back to what's happening. Okay. Let's see. So for this type of trade, we want to 4% stop, so 10x leverage. Well, yeah, we'll stick with the 10x leverage, but about 25%. It's kind of degenerate. Don't do this. It could be completely wrong, but stop loss is going to be 23.74, I guess. Okay, so we're risking a good amount here. And probably, yeah, 26.45. Trump pump. It'll probably start going down immediately because I entered this. But we will see. We shall see. Is this even in the right? Okay, yeah, we got to move this guy up a little bit here. Yeah. By the way, guys, if you are interested in trading on BYDFI, the link is in the description below. You get 10% supposedly for life if you sign up my link. Seems too good to be true though. But yeah, if you guys are interested, check that out. Same with BloFin, 10% cash back on all your fees only with my link, and then you get up to 2K futures bonus. Get 10% of whatever you deposit in the futures bonus. So yeah. Then countably short-term pump followed by deeper retracement. Yeah. Not 1,200. That's going home, I think, is a little bit higher. It could be, you know, something crazy, but I think going home is more like 2,000 to 1,700, although I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. It could definitely still go down there based on the 5-day, based on some of these. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not even signaling out this, like, long position. I'm just having fun with it for the stream, you know. Already up about $100. Let me... update that. I'll give it the signal. I mean, I think it's risky. I don't know if I should give out the signal because I think it's risky to kind of trade right now, if you know what I mean. I think it is somewhat risky because anything could happen. Can we watch like what the there we go, yeah. Oh, it's not even. I think it's probably commercial. But yeah, okay, so 74 per Trump. Yeah, this is getting, yeah. This is getting there, I'll say that.
No, they're
Guys,
not violent.
we got a
They're
new
not
house.
violent. They're good. They're
Oh no,
excellent.
hop it, like just like you guys did before.
Thank you very much.
So So you would do anything for like all the illegals
I think
and
we
stuff.
have to be fair.
Guys, this is great. I think we found a new home for you guys.
What guys?
There you go. Yeah.
I don't understand what this is all about.
All the immigration. They're gonna move into your house.
They are not.
What do you mean? You just said you wanted to support everyone though.
I don't
No,
think.
they're
Guys,
not
we
violent.
got a
They're
new
not
house.
violent. They're good.
Oh no, hop it! Like just like you guys did before.
Thank you very much.
Can they stay for dinner?
Wait.
Well, we have your signature. You guys got to drive back down south.
Back to Home Depot.
Interesting. His sunglasses, yeah. It's interesting. Probably an issue with the eye. Probably some bloodshot eye or something. That's what I would guess. That account was pretty funny. I was always liked all the stuff after the name. Oh, we are pumping. It's going. There it goes. Yeah, it's kind of that like FOMO, like. Yeah, screw it. I'll give out the signal. I'll give out a little freebie. What was the first take profit? 2640 about. $23.74. Gensler's done, yeah. I mean, he kind of. I think a lot of people kind of knew that Trump at least had a chance of winning. You know. I think this is where, you know, you have to come down in these odds if you're Kamala, and then that's the only real chance. Wonder if Alan Lichman is saying anything right now, because I wonder. Oh boy, long in Bitcoin, some more move maybe. Let's see. Alan Lichman. I just want to see if he's like posting it. He's probably completely quiet. Oh, that's in. He's covering it? Oh, wow. Let's see if he's saying. I'm curious what he would be.
How about Michigan? Let's check in with Michigan. 11% in Michigan, I'm seeing. Only 11%? That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's not enough to tell anything.
MSNBC are up in Pennsylvania. That's sure that's accurate. Let's see. Yeah, this is not. I think just such the quick, you know, Texas, Florida, those real quick decisions, I think are something that.
Times is not giving.
I mean, these guys are gonna do the most possible, you know. What's up, Axie investors from Brazil?
Had points, but it's only, as you say, 11% in.
Yeah, I think a few more hours we get what we want. But usually you can get, I mean, in 2012 they had the outcome by like 11, or maybe it was 12 or 1 or whatever, you know. Just thinking of previous elections. 2016 took a while, 2020 took a while. Maybe the path is just it takes longer and longer. Obama said it's going to probably take days. So yeah. Hello. Got the real authentic experience here. Let's see. So, wait a second. Elon Musk just, oh my God.
Women, in fact, of the votes.
Let's see here.
Tomorrow is election day, and us ladies need you to get off your ass and vote for Donald Trump. Apparently, men vote at a much lower rate than women. In fact, of the votes cast thus far, 53% have been women, while only 44% have been men. Moreover, the CEO of Atlas Intel, the most accurate pollster of 2020, says that if white males turn out for Donald Trump on election day, he would win Pennsylvania as well as potentially the rest of the Rust Belt states. This would make the difference between Donald Trump winning or losing the election. So, boys, don't be complacent. This is the most important election in history, and the fate of our democracy is literally in your hands. We need you on November 5th. Don't stay home, go out and vote. Bring your brothers, bring your male friends, bring your dad, or make sure they have a plan to vote for Donald Trump. Tell all the men in your life that Western civilization is counting on them.
I like the last sentence, Western civilization is counting on you. Yeah, there's only so much that for Western civilization, unfortunately, guys. There's only so much Trump could do, and there's probably going to be a backlash against him as well. So, I mean, yeah, that's just all the pro-Trump stuff. But I mean, yeah, I think that it's over. What did Alex Becker just post? Hold on. Did Alex Becker just say it was? I don't think anybody's officially calling it yet, but well, you can on Twitter. Oh, okay. And what do you guys think? Is it over? Did Trump win? I don't know. It's still Nevada 75, but Trump doesn't need one of the Rust Belts, so. What's Georgia, 91? Oh, that's done. Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan. That's what we... How about, oh, District 2. Harris is going to get District 2, Nebraska. This is probably all done. So, what's Virginia? Oh, yeah, it's done. New Hampshire's done. Minnesota's done. Yeah, it's going to come down to this. We just need, once one of these gets higher, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, that's what we need. So, yeah. What are they saying for popular vote? Does Trump, what's the, oh man, even Trump could win the popular vote now. 40 to 60 for popular vote. Wow. That's going to be wild. Trump's ego is going to be nuts once they call. If he comes on for that victory speech, oh my God. That ego is going to be nuts. Yeah. The market keeps going up. I think you'll get up to this area. My guess for Bitcoin, you'll get up to 74 and then potentially reject there because it's already factored in. Once he wins, that's price is already factored in, then he may reject a little bit. But yeah, it's starting to look a little bit better in those high time frames. So maybe this is when we make that new all-time high. If we dodge that bearish bullet that we've kind of been dodging all year for the most part, other than that drop down to 48K, which was a good call on my part. I got that one. So yeah. By the way, guys, you're interested in making some of these. Oh man, this is doing good. Happy about this. Oh man, I love this experience. How are you? Oh, this is great. 3-week, yeah, Christmas rally, correction, New Year, January, maybe, yeah. Maybe. How's ApeCoin doing? Oh, how are freaking... Oh, I know what we gotta look at. ApeCoin's coming back, that's good. How are Trump... How is anything, yeah, jumping up a little bit. How about freaking CoinGecko, NFT, let's see. Okay, well, no, we wanted Magic Eden, Trump. Oh, that could be. Because we'll see what happens here. Come on. Man, that's annoying. The internet just cut out a little bit here. No, we're still, it's just this side, it looks like. Come on. So we're still low, 447 for Polygon. I mean, even if you're at 50 cents, that's, yeah, you're not at 50 cents, but if you were, that would be around 200. So you're 1 something, so low as hell. Can Matic jump here? Maybe. Maybe it can. Don't know. I think Kaus, I think you might be right, that 3-week green dot. I mean, maybe we keep going up with the potential Trump victory here. You know, I think that yeah, I think it's over. I think when you're at 78% here on the betting odds, I think it's over. You know, let's just see. I mean, what's Pennsylvania 60? I mean, it's not impossible for Harris to fight back a little bit. But as of right now, it seems like, you know, you took back Arizona, you took back Georgia, you probably got Nevada. You know, you're probably going to get at least one of these 3. It looks high. I'd give it, yeah, 80%, 80 to 90% at this point. This could shoot up to 90 pretty quickly. So, yeah. I mean, what is... This isn't even going, really. How about my boy? Well, I don't know him, but he's had a good... he's probably not... They're probably being careful, not, like, calling it yet, because they're not allowed to.
Lean R, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin toss-ups.
Oh, he's on New York
A little
Times.
bit like the polling so far. that we're seeing. In Iowa, it's still, again, where are the results in? The Great Plains count the blue votes first, pretty much, so that, oh, look at Ohio, it's a 10-point win. He crossed the threshold for a 10-point lead. That is Ohio, and check, we'll check Dayton. This is
Ohio was
around
just
the
called,
area.
okay.
I think it was which county? Clark County. That was where Springfield was. The media made a big deal. How do the people of Springfield, Ohio, again, it's very early. He's at 60% in that county, which is about the
Florida's
same as last
nuts
time. It
here.
probably gets redder as more votes get counted.
That's
how
crazy,
Ohio goes.
56-42.
He's up by 11 in Ohio. That is not an easy feat.
He's still
And
up in
again,
Virginia.
seems
It's
like
not
another margin
impossible.
of a
But
state we may have called correctly, if that holds. Just like Florida, I think Texas we might have been wrong because I just can't believe what I'm seeing in Texas. But a lot of South Texas is not reported yet. You know, pump the brakes a little bit in Texas. But Pennsylvania, again,
I think it's over.
It's closing in. It is, and he's at 17% in Philadelphia City proper. I think that's what he got last time in the final vote.
Virginia is close,
Of
yes.
Philadelphia.
It's not impossible to get Virginia. I don't think it'll happen, though, based on the odds, but... Because that's like, you know, 95. I don't think that's going to happen, but...
On Mecklenburg, but it is close to callable. Georgia, Henry County came in, and Trump's still up by 5, by the way. Fulton and DeKalb, a little bit left there. But, I mean, there's a lot of these rural counties with a lot left, too, and that's a big difference she's going to have to make up. That's a 100,000 vote difference in Georgia. Can she do it? She's got to have to really stay alive right now. And I don't know if
But
she
what
can,
is the...
because North Carolina seems gone. Arizona probably does, too. So...
What is the frickin'... If you were to... If these went blue, who wins?
This is really
That's like a... No, that is a Harris victory, so...
tremendous showing so far.
Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, that's... You can lose... If you're Harris, you can lose Nevada and Georgia and all this, but...
Now, I don't think Virginia's going to hold. But could it be like that Harris by foot? Yes. It could be. So, again, if in Michigan, there's not a lot we have, but it looks
My
good
guess
so
is
far.
that
Livingston,
you're going to get up to
County,
73 and then consolidate or nuke.
corridor for Trump.
Could
But
keep
we don't
going
have
potentially,
Loretta
though.
Wayne or Macomb. But Harris is not, it's not even just the black turnout, it's also the youth turnout that we're seeing slip, or Trump is winning voters over. And we'll see what happens in Wayne, but that Muslim vote does play a role. It might be overrated, but it does play a role. Jay Shook says, what do you feel now is the percent chance?
That
of
could
Trump
happen, I
winning?
mean...
It really just depends. He's at 80% on Polymarket. I don't want to jump the gun and say 80, but it is looking good for Donald Trump. First of all, did I not call New York for Kamala? I think I did. Someone put in chat.
New York. Okay.
He's gaining in Wisconsin. So okay, we'll watch Wisconsin because this is crucial. So Waukesha, he only leads by 20. Ozaki leads by
70% Pennsylvania. It's going to be tough.
County, 66 to 32. If you look at Wisconsin here,
We may have a...
County 69 to 20.
I'd give it a half... Within a... 1.5 hour, we may have a called race.
Or 28%.
Potentially.
He's up by 18 in Kenosha. So maybe Waukesha County, maybe it does move left. We're not quite there yet, but Washington County is big for Donald Trump. We'll see what he does there. He's up in La Crosse, which I don't think holds either. Eau Claire, he leads with 7%. So we're waiting on a lot of counties, but the counties we do have in, they don't look bad for Trump. Greene County's red. Look at Greene County. Greene County is red. Another white whale county, very rural. Minnesota, Ramsey County. Oh, it's too early. I don't think there's really any really anything to take away from that, but that's okay. So Wisconsin they have as a toss-up, and these states are close. But Kamala might need all three of them. Trump just needs one of them, and if Trump does lose Georgia, he could pick it up with Arizona and Nevada.
He's not going to lose
States
Georgia.
that vote data looks good in. But look at Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania now is within 7 percentage points, and this is huge. Washington County's getting redder.
Cows, maybe, man. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
See,
This is just programmed, but I don't know. I mean,
he's gonna get there, probably.
I think by 11 p.m. Eastern, you may have
Say, oh, that's like a dangerous
a called election.
for Trump, at least in the Rust Belt. I don't even think in the Sun Belt there is. But, I mean, some of these counties, like Cherokee County, Trump won it by what looks to be 60-some thousand votes, and it barely moved left. And he might have expanded his raw vote totals in Cherokee last time. He
Trump
only
plus
won it by
13 in Florida,
57,000.
jeez.
So the fact is, yeah, technically Cherokee moved left, but Trump got, I mean, well, he won by, I think actually about, no, he won by more. He won by 10,000 votes more. That's what you got to look at, too. Mike Sun says Glenn Youngkin announced Trump could still win Virginia. Well, the needle hasn't moved back just yet. But Prince William is, 40% in Prince William, 95% reporting, and Trump is leading in Virginia. That is huge. Again, I don't expect Virginia to hold, but I don't think if those suburbs are that close, I can't see Pennsylvania at that point. Envy Gunner says decision desk is 88 million votes for Trump. I don't think he's going to have that many. I mean, you don't even have California, and if you're talking about a final estimate, that's crazy. But we heard all this talk about Republicans don't have a ground game, this, that, and the other thing. And the question
If he
is,
wins the
I don't know
popular
how you
vote.
explain this unless Donald Trump is a one-man ground game. And the one county in Pennsylvania, all the way in Elk County, rural county, moves 2 points to the right. That is huge. Ancestrally Democrat county, it voted for Obama in 2008. I think it flipped for Romney, obviously. But you're looking at these numbers. These are big numbers so far. Westmoreland County, Trump is at 65%. That is early, but if that percentage holds up, that's a huge improvement in Exurb and Pittsburgh. He's gonna need to run it up. Nothing in Butler or Beaver counties. Pennsylvania right now is a toss-up, but it is leaning towards Trump ever so slightly. Trump by 0.9% on the needle. That's where you'd like to see it right now. Wisconsin, so far, it's also a
Yeah.
Waukesha County, now it's a 19-point game there, but there's a lot of vote left. I can't imagine he'd win it by much less than that.
Who is that?
But Dane County, he's still holding strong at 27. So we'll see what happens in the rural areas. We'll see what happens as the night goes on, but I think all eyes are focused on Pennsylvania. But Door County, half the votes in, Trump leads. It's just like, how are the votes being counted? That's another question. So let's see. We can. Yeah, Wisconsin will finish counting by tomorrow morning for sure at the very latest. So Oakland County, half the vote is in. Trump is, the margin is not bad for him there. Nothing out of Macomb.
Coming down a little bit here.
Michigan, we're waiting on a lot right now in Michigan. It's not indicative as it stands.
Pennsylvania was the first one they called in the Rust Belt in 2016.
Georgia looks good. North Carolina looks good. I know Decision Desk has called it. I might wait a little bit for that, but if another network does, maybe we will.
Decision Desk called North Carolina?
Rhode Island is within 10 points. No, I don't know if that's going to hold, but Kent County could flip back. He's doing much better in certain parts of Rhode Island. We talked about the future of possibly Red Rhode Island.
Yeah, North Carolina, yeah.
Obviously not going to happen this time around, but it could be within like 15 if that holds. New Hampshire is down to a 9-point lead for Kamala. Not a lot of votes are in.
14 points for Florida. Unbelievable.
There. But we got a long way to go. But we see what's going on here. States that are counted. Louisiana, Trump is decimating her in Louisiana so far. South Carolina, look at this margin though. 60 to 39 with 70% of the vote in. Rapid shifts.
0% of the votes in. It's already called.
That is not easy to do
Wyoming.
with Donald Trump or any Republican. And yeah, it probably comes back down. But still. Look, Pennsylvania, see, Trump is catching up. There's a blue mirage, then there's a red mirage. It's catching up. So the Senate races, I think that Ohio, we might be getting close to a call here because Bernie Moreno has a 3-point lead.
Oh, you're talking about the Senate.
McCormick's running behind Trump by around 1 to 2. Rogers is running behind him by a little bit. And Eric Hovde, so far, he's running ahead of Trump in Waukesha and Ozaukee. But across the rest of the state, unless there's some new dump of votes
Ted
that we just
Cruz.
haven't noticed, because Baldwin's up by 4. Let's see what
Tim
Wisconsin
Kaine
is.
won.
Donald Trump leading.
It was a close race for Tim
So if
Kaine.
Trump wins Wisconsin, Eric Hovde can too. So yeah, I wouldn't go there on North Carolina, but I'm confident.
Bernie
Trump will
Sanders
win
won.
North Carolina. Mecklenburg County is just outstanding, and honestly, there are a lot of Republican areas too. Tex Horn says Harris is only projected to win the popular vote by 0.3. Well, maybe the national polls weren't wrong. I mean, people don't realize that. So, Pennsylvania is getting closer. Michigan is close. Wisconsin's close. Iowa, again, no red areas that are in at all.
70% chance of Republican sweep.
But Polk County, Trump is at 60, or Harris is winning by 21. It's a little bit more than what Biden won it by, but there's a lot of Republicans that haven't had their votes tabulated even in that blue county. So let's see, Wisconsin, Milwaukee's now at 25%. So Milwaukee and Madison are more.
The thing here is you have a lot more votes to count for Harris.
Nothing out of Washington. That's a big vote dump for the Republicans. It should be. Brown County, Door County, Trump is in the lead. Wood County's now 56% in Wisconsin. Let's check what Wood County was. Okay, so 19 points. Now it's 25. He's up in Eau Claire still. Lacrosse flip blue. Half the vote is in, but also keep in mind it's nowhere.
This is the same as
We'll see if that holds. But yeah, it's a close race. See, Waukesha, he still leads by 19. Walworth, he's up by 30. Kenosha, and I said it will not be about Wow. Wow is a small portion of the state tonight. Waukesha, Ozaukee, and Washington. Tonight will not be determined by those counties more so than it will be determined by how does Donald Trump do in some of these smaller metros like Fond du Lac, Winnebago. And he's really running it up there now. But again, I do think these numbers are going to come down. If not, Kamala Harris is beyond screwed. So southern Wisconsin, like you'd have to watch what happens in Rock County, what happens down here, and definitely what happens here.
I think two others versus Bitcoin, not, it's still a very Bitcoin dominant kind of rally.
In its current form, even though it's not determined as one usually. That's a 32-point lead for what appears to be Donald Trump, but it's very early. Jay Shug says Trump 37% in Queens, 26% in the Bronx. Popular vote. We'll see when it's all said and done, but these are
61%. That's my guess for the top here.
30. Queens, he's cracking. You'd have to think he's cracking like 30 in New York City with what we've seen. And there's plenty of reasons why. A lot of demographics live there that Donald Trump is improving with. Italian voters, working class, white Catholics, can Trump do better among them? Jewish voters, plenty of other groups that are unique to that region. And they're in Philadelphia to a large extent too. We haven't gotten a lot of votes in out of Bucks County, but so far Trump's at 40%. So it usually is a blue mirage, then a red mirage, then it goes back to blue, at least down here in Philadelphia and the suburbs. So we got a lot of vote left to count in Pennsylvania, but Donald Trump so far is doing a great job in most counties in terms of improving over 2020. He's running it up in Texas, he's running it up in Florida, North Carolina, in a lot of these places, which I think is why a lot of people are saying it should be called soon. There's a lot of red areas that haven't reported it.
He's not even. His freaking, yeah, it's funny. It doesn't even. YouTube's like search stuff is annoying.
RFK Jr. got a percentage of the vote in that state. That's kind of nuts. Not even a candidate.
You check Virginia.
Virginia, Trump's still ahead.
That's so weird. They're still projecting Harris to win it by 5 points.
That can't. There's no way. How could she win the state by 5 points?
That's what they're saying. I can only tell you.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is getting.
Must be the votes. Let me see what.
Fairfax.
And look, we would have to, if there's any. What's up, Hoot Money? What's up, Hoot?
Stafford has.
Oh man, remember the Hooters VIP Club?
Arlington has 36% in, and Andrea has
is 36%. You think she can make up 5 points in those? Maybe.
Harris.
So, I don't know. I think that we're at this point. It's going to be very. I mean, anything's possible, but just imagine at this point if Harris comes back and wins this, the amount of protests and nonsense that's going to happen. I don't think it'll happen though. I mean, when we look at 77, it's going slightly down for Trump. Here we go, yeah. 73 for Trump there, Pennsylvania. So you would have to do what you did last time. A lot of stuff would have to not be counted for Harris or something to have any chance here. That'd be a native, but yeah.
Fairfax City for 2020.
Alan Lichman's just getting nervous here. Like we're just. Well, he was wrong 20 years ago, so it could be wrong again.
Right, I get that. What would you want? Alexandria?
Fairfax City.
What do you think in who money?
City. I think that's counted in Fairfax County.
Did you vote?
Okay. So she won big there. She won 150,000 votes. There are none in yet.
I mean, I think she's going to win Virginia. I don't know if she's going to win it by 5 points. She might win it by 3.
Yeah. That's what I think, 2 or 3. Arlington is only 39% in.
Georgia is 79% in now.
Harris is probably going to win Virginia. That'd be unlikely. It's going to come. It's Rust Belt. I mean, that Pennsylvania, Nevada is where.
There's only 20% of the vote left.
That's what we need here for Trump. I mean,
Georgia's red.
Wisconsin too, very high in the Trump camp. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's a little bit dark. I feel like, well, not too bad, but you know. But yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a better background here.
Pennsylvania's close now. 51-48.
What's up, Kelly Al?
35%.
What's up, Lucius? What's up, the Crimson Ghost?
Mom says don't call Georgia. I don't see
How
how.
could the math? I don't understand the math on Georgia. How could she
don't either.
make up? How could she make up 200,000 votes with 20% of the vote?
No, you can't. Georgia's done.
See it. Looking very, very, very iffy.
Iffy. I just want to see Al Lichman admit he was wrong or whatever if it does get called. I just want to see how he reacts.
100,000 votes left in Georgia. Am I correct about that? What?
We can call Georgia.
Sorry, Georgia's called.
Georgia's called.
What is looking iffy to you right now?
The New York Times is projecting Trump to win all 3 of the blue wall states.
What?
Yep.
Wait.
Somebody clarified.
New York Times. I'm so late on this. Wait, what's happening?
Close race. So far. Ohio. Captor's only up by 3 in that district. That could be interesting.
These are polls.
So, a lot of vote left.
The Yorkie.
Vote left. Wisconsin's a little bit of an interesting situation, but there are a lot of rural areas that have not reported, so it's hard to really extrapolate from what's there. And okay, we have votes in Washington. Trump's at 70 in Washington. He leads in Ozaukee by 9, Waukesha by 19, and by 41 points in Washington, which is the reddest of the WoW counties. It's moved to the left the least, but there's a lot of votes left. In a lot of these other places, it's a tough state to look at in terms of trying to gauge it. Sauk County, another possible bellwether. Donald Trump leading that by 7, but it's early.
50-50 for popular vote.
And Portage County is going to be another one to watch, which has not gone Republican since Eisenhower. Could Trump flip that? Okay, Eau Claire flipped blue. Dane, half the vote is in Dane, and 42% is in Milwaukee. And Donald Trump is in a good spot in Wisconsin. It just depends on how the remainder of the ballots break in Wisconsin. Because Milwaukee County, 67-31, that's not where you want it. Now, it could get bluer as more votes.
Are you actually in Alaska? Wow.
0.3, I think that's fair.
Well, I mean, Alaska, is that really going to go blue? I doubt it.
Andrew Beerskin says, love the coverage. The AP shows it flipped a flipped House seat. I don't know. I haven't seen it here. Apex Caliber says, does Virginia become the new does it become the new?
Just want to see they're suppressing his freaking.
What percentage of the vote is in?
He's probably made a lot of money on super chats too, with the amount of. And now it's just like after all that, yep, I'm wrong.
Montgomery is only at 29.
That was Doge, Department of Government Efficiency.
Trump is 62.
Yeah. I think she's gonna win Pennsylvania.
Now, I don't see how they. Cumberland, another big county for Trump, is 63%. Bucks, a big county for Harris, is 22.
Yeah, I think she's gonna win Pennsylvania.
Well, that's if they're right about this, then you still have an election. But I think they're just smoking the hopium for Harris because I think they're smoking the hopium for Harris because his prediction was for freaking Harris. I mean, the only reason I'm watching him is because he's had such a good track record predicting the damn elections. But I mean.
Biden was up 14, she's up 17. Yeah. I don't see how she doesn't win Pennsylvania.
I agree.
Because she won Pennsylvania and she's doing better.
Don't get too wrapped up in the New York Times projection. I don't even know if they're mathematically sound. Don't get too wrapped up in them.
Yeah, check Berks. That's the biggest county right now for Trump. 62% in already.
Berks, he was 53 to 45.
7. He's now up 9, so it's pretty close.
So he's winning higher in Berks than he did in 2020.
Trump is up 9, he was up 7.
Right.
Check Cumberland. 63% in, another big county.
Where is
for
that?
Trump.
What's the? Oh wait, yeah. Well, 30. Yeah.
Cumberland County is.
No, I don't know where any of these things are.
Like, what is CNN? Can you watch the CNN thing? I'm just curious what they're. Here we go. But this is not working. Yeah, this is not going. Yeah. He took a break. Okay. Well, as of right now, I do think that get to high 73s, then maybe reject. Markets are anticipating that Trump victory for ETH 2650 potentially. So yeah, how high do I think Bitcoin ETH? Yeah, you just asked 2645 for ETH potentially, and then 74, high 73s for Bitcoin, maybe more. We'll see. How are yields moving right now? Probably not, but up, new highs. Damn. Soul is going crazy. Oop. Right there. 188. Yeah, 188 for Seoul potentially. 77K soon potentially. Potentially. Let's see here. Well, I mean, you're still... Okay, yeah.
Let's refresh the maps. All right. Georgia has 80%. Oh, we already called Georgia, right? PA has 40% reporting, and she's winning by 0.9.
I think Georgia was called, right?
Yeah, but we saw a lot of the Trump counties are heavily in, and big Democratic counties are not. Except for Allegheny. Philadelphia is only 32% in, which means there are 600,000 votes to be counted.
Wait,
Berks,
correction.
Trump is 75% in. Montgomery is only 29% in. Lancaster, 38. Westmoreland, another big Trump county, is 49% in. Cumberland, a Trump county, is 63. Butler is 72. Saint is 57. Lycoming is 100. Franklin is 67. Washington is 42. Lebanon is 58. So the Trump counties are much more in than the Democratic counties. Philadelphia and Montgomery, the two big counties, are only 32 and 29.
50-50 for popular vote.
Lancaster's
82.
only
Yeah, this
38.
is over.
Bucks is only 25.
Unless anything they're saying is accurate here.
37,000 people watching.
Wow. I think she's going to win Pennsylvania, despite what the New York Times is projecting.
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. Wisconsin now has 35% of the vote in, and it's a nail biter.
Yeah. Let's see where the votes are coming from.
PA, she now only has a 0.6% lead in PA.
They're just, yeah, this is like frickin' CNN and MSNBC in 2016 on election night.
Alright, Trump's won at Montana and Utah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, how could he not win at this point?
Wisconsin, Waukesha is 75% in.
Where is that?
Check out Waukesha.
Waukesha.
Trump pump?
Yeah. He has 58% to 39%, with 77% in. What?
Check out 2020.
Popular vote winner, 63% for Trump. Gee, ooh. Ooh. All right, I gotta stop watching this garbage here. These guys are just so in denial. Let's go back to some
That
real.
one might be callable. McCormick is slightly behind. Rogers is slightly, and Hovde is as well. In Wisconsin, Donald Trump has taken the lead in Wisconsin with 36% of the vote reporting. He's got a 14,000 vote lead. Ozaukee County, he's got 55% of the vote there. Washington, very little vote in Washington. He's winning that vote 70 to 29. Waukesha County 59-40. Nothing out of Racine. Dane County, Milwaukee County mostly in. We're getting a lot more of these driftless area counties so far. None have fully reported, but we could look at Pennsylvania because this is huge. This is neck and neck. Look at this. 10,000 votes separate the two candidates. That is not a lot of votes there, and you can see this. Lancaster, he's catching up. Philadelphia City, he hit 20 in Philadelphia. That is big. 20% in Philadelphia. That's what he needs. Luzerne County, he's still running it up there. Allegheny, he got to 37, and he's really, look at Butler. Butler County, where Donald Trump dodged a bullet, came an inch away from his life. He currently leads by 30% so far in that county. Keep in mind, he only won that by 32, and it's been a left-moving county. So if he's able to perform a little bit better there, juice turnout there, that's going to benefit him down the stretch. But there's a lot of votes left to be counted, but that is razor thin in Pennsylvania. But I would rather be Donald Trump in PA than I would be Kamala Harris. I absolutely would. You look at how the early vote came in, a little bit redder than a lot of people expected. So the election day votes, they're going to, I mean, it depends on how they come in, but so far the target seems very easy to hit. And look at that, Erie County very early, another bellwether for the state, but Northampton is on the verge of flipping. Bucks,
Oh, the CNN. Oh, boy.
Chester or Montgomery.
Oh, I got to put that on. Oh, we're hitting our target.
Philadelphia City proper, he's at 20. That is massive so far.
Oh, we got to put on CNN. Let's see if I can get it.
So far, but Harris might be underperforming in Center County. She's only up by 3. And, you know, maybe that will catch up. But Washtenaw County, 58% of the vote is now in. She only leads by 32. We would like to have more out of Wayne.
Too early to call.
We would like to have more out of Macomb. We don't have any out of these deep red counties that have a lot of people. Flint's coming in red so far, but it's just 5% of the vote. Eaton County is a 14-point Trump lead with 78% reporting. Those are numbers you look at and say, wow, because that's a lot of the vote in there. Maybe the mark.
Let's see here.
Any moment. But what we see right now
Is this
is
live?
a picture of a fraction of this key county.
Yeah.
It's about 34,000 absentee ballots that were received before 5 p.m. yesterday. And it's also an upload of about 70,000 election day ballots from today. And you see right behind me, you see that red satchel right there. That is really the key here. These are being delivered by car. We're almost in sort of what is a drive-through situation here outside of the building of the Board of Elections here in the county. And these are delivered, these flash drives, they go inside through a very strenuous process, ultimately are uploaded to a computer that has never ever touched the internet, and then that is compiled and ultimately posted to the State Board of Elections, Jake.
All right, Brianna Keeler in Charlotte. Let's get more on North Carolina from Pamela Brown, who's at the voting desk. Pamela, what can you tell us?
Yeah, I'm just getting off the phone with an official in North Carolina there. This official says, look, first and foremost, it's going to take some more time to get results from across North Carolina's 100 counties. He said that this is going to be close. It's going to take some time. There are counties that haven't reported yet that are red, and there are counties that haven't reported yet that are blue. So let's dive a little bit more into the numbers we have. Wake
Could
County,
keep going.
This is the most populous county in North Carolina. It's right here. I am told so far more than 510,000 votes have been reported. That's according to the state's dashboard. So for context on that, there's 830,099 registered voters. So that's the most. It's likely to be a lower number in the end. So they're actually making some headway there. But over here in Mecklenburg,
Okay, so that's just hopium. I don't think North Carolina's done. They didn't call, okay, Fox did not call North Carolina yet. What's his name, Bill Hemmer? Let's watch this.
Reporting than he did in 2020, so that's pretty interesting. The other thing I would point out while I'm here in Fairfax County, all right, so you're almost at 2/3 of the vote in. This is where all the people are, right? You know, number one out of 133. Biden was an easy winner at 70% of the vote. So right now, across from Washington, D.C., she's underperforming in the most populated county in the entire state. Did you have something else there?
You have a question?
Gotcha. Okay, Carolina. Go ahead, guys. So the Virginia, is that the biggest county? The Fairfax County is another big county out because the campaigns are.
Oh my God, a new all-time high. Oh,
I tell you what I'll do, Harold. I'll cheat for a second here and go back to Virginia. It seems as if Kamala Harris is doing better in the southeastern part than was expected. Okay, so there's still some vote out there, some still vote.
that's what we need to hit.
We'll see whether or not that holds up. That means
Almost there.
Carolina. And Britt, I think you said some folks had called Carolina already. We've got about 70% of the vote in, and we got Trump up, you know, 4 points. Yeah, almost 5.
We're not there yet.
5,000 raw
We're
votes.
not there yet. Almost.
I don't know what's going on here. Why don't we just poke around some of the bigger counties?
Probably gonna hit it though.
It's Raleigh. You gotta
I think we need 76.
She's got a firm lead down
That's
here
what we
in
need, I think.
Mecklenburg and Charlotte. You know, a firm lead yet again, but there's 80% of the estimated votes still yet to be tallied, so maybe that's the reason why we cannot call it. This is a flipper down here. This is New Hanover. You find Wilmington along the Atlantic shore. You've only got 5% of the vote in down there. This is one of those areas of the country that's turning more blue. You got a lot of transplants from the Northeast moving down into Wilmington.
Looks like this is over.
Folks from the Northeast going into places like Brunswick County. Brunswick County is deep in the red. Donald Trump's going to win here tonight by 66% upwards of the vote down there. And a lot of folks from New Jersey and New York and Pennsylvania, they're moving down to places like Brunswick County because they love the weather, they love the beaches.
Brunswick County. Where is Brunswick County?
They've seen an awful lot of
Oh, North Carolina. Okay.
So here's where we are. Too soon to call, but Donald Trump right now up by almost 5 points in Carolina. Go for it, Martha.
Let's take a look at Pennsylvania, which is tightening up considerably, and in the presidential race and in the Senate race. Show us what's going on.
Oh, I gotta plug in my. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get my plug for the. I'll be right back.
The chart I showed you a moment ago, they count the mail-in vote first.
A little bit.
It tends to be more Democratic, as we saw in 2020. We're seeing that again in 2024. All right, you get about Philadelphia. You got 8 or 9 out of 10 voters are Democratic, right? So Joe Biden was well over 80%. It's interesting, right? So she's just a tick below that right now. Does Philadelphia vote the way that Milwaukee votes? Right? We saw that difference in Milwaukee a short time ago. Is Philadelphia going to vote differently than Wayne County and Detroit?
Hello.
You know, we're waiting to get that in as well.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Blue. I would expect them to change somewhat, but we'll see as we go through the night. Just to check the bellwether here. This is Northampton. That's about as close as you get, guys. Difference of 300 votes, 303. Biden barely won it by 1,200 just 4 years ago. So that's where we are at the moment.
What about Pittsburgh?
Back on over to you, Allegheny County. Let's see where we are. A lot of the vote came in from Pittsburgh early on. 71, yeah. Okay, yeah. So you're 71 coming.
Let's see here.
And she's at 61%.
We just put a new all-time high. Still not a true new all-time high though.
How many times did Kamala Harris go to the west side of Pennsylvania? This is a place I want to check out. I haven't done it
Almost
yet.
though.
Let's find out together. This is Butler County. All right, where were you on July 13th? Here we go. We got 94% coming in, just shy of.
This is right here, the big. Yeah, we need 76. I think that's what we need for a true new all-time high. Yeah.
The assassination attempt, right? This past year, it was almost around the same number. Okay.
Handy. Okay, so CNN's still saying that Harris. Okay. I mean, they want the views, they want the ratings, so people don't tune out. But I mean, obviously, at this point, it's going to be freaking tough. Are we dumping? What's going on? Did I hit my first? Okay, yeah, so I took profits. Okay, we hit the, yeah, okay, let's do it next. Take profit is going to be, for this. Let's see where we want to take profits next. Probably up here. 2,600. Oh, we were.
With that small turnout. Again, the New York Times gives him a 79% chance of winning this election at this point, with leaning North Carolina, leaning
73, 27, 13.
If those trends continue, it's all those 3 states where it's neck and neck. Right now, it's neck and neck in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. So I hope they can model themselves in the future on what Florida has done so brilliantly with Ron DeSantis. 96% of the vote in, and it's handled beautifully with absentee, mail-in vote. I mean, they just seem to do it in Florida. Why can't we do it in these other states?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great
Crazy.
True new all-time high, factoring in inflation. True new all-time high. That's what I mean.
Parents voted the way, and then you went home and got the answer that night. We've gone from 96 million voters when Fox News started to 160 probably million tonight, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And by the way, all of them watched Brett's interview with Kamala. I don't think
Absolutely.
nobody missed that.
So what is, how much has voting changed?
Trump's going to win the popular vote.
Because we have
My God.
enormous early voting.
Unbelievable.
It's so interesting you asked that question because everything's kind of flipped.
It's all programmed.
Went in today with a lead that had never happened before. And it put the Democrats in a position mathematically where they had to accomplish something they'd never accomplished before, and that is to get same-day voters at numbers that they've never gotten.
I got 12% battery right now. I'll probably conclude this stream when that ends. So.
And there is a lot of room, not just to grow in the rurals for Trump, but also in some of these suburbs. The question is he going to get these people out? He's now at 44 in Bucks. It does seem like Pennsylvania, it's tilting towards Trump by 2 as it stands now. If it hits Trump plus 2, I think they gotta move it to lean. He's at Butler County. Look at that. That was a county that was not supposed to move right this election cycle just because of the dynamic of it. It's like, Waukesha County, Wisconsin kind of. But the event in Butler definitely, I believe, is something that has boosted Donald Trump. He's really made a play for this region. And Democrats, I mean, we'll get to them later, hopefully, but we're not there yet. York County, there's still room for Trump to grow. And of course there's room for Harris to grow because there's a lot of these suburban areas that haven't reported. But guys, Philadelphia's halfway in and Trump is at 20%. They said she needed 700,000 votes, or even if you make it 600,000, she might not get there. Maybe she gets there because of the mail, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be enough to win the state. Like Erie County, that is not going to hold for Kamala. That will not hold. That is the early mail dump. Luzerne, I'd expect Trump to do better. We talk about the Polish voters. Joe Biden had that appeal. Kamala Harris doesn't have that appeal. She desperately said, oh, well, Trump likes Putin or whatever, even though Trump kept Putin at bay. And then, most Polish people were like, wait, we don't like Putin, but we also don't like war, endless wars, etc. And a lot of people in the more populous parts of the Rust Belt don't. So I never doubted for a second.
Yeah, Arizona's done. That's for.
Is a lot more populous than his 2020.
Trump's gonna win that, I think.
In certain ways, you could even make a case for 2016 is going to be at least at a very minimum competitive
44,
in these Rust Belt
50%
areas. It
there.
is not a done deal for Donald Trump, but you would rather be Trump than Harris in Pennsylvania and Arizona and Georgia. And
10% on the laptop battery, so we'll go until then.
What would you do if you added all the electoral votes up? He would win the election. Look at Iowa. Ann Selzer is now off by 8 points and counting in Iowa.
Georgia, I mean, we know, guys. I mean, we know that Trump's going to win Arizona and Georgia.
States too. That's another thing. Like, if you look at Ohio, this is a 13-point beatdown. I didn't expect this. This is Missouri, and Ohio has a tendency. The later returns are like a little bit more.
I think Bitcoin could get up to a true new all-time high, 76K potentially.
Let's check the Senate race in Mahoning County because I've always had this feeling that it's not going to be.
So when 76 we look at, that's the big point there, but it doesn't look too bad yet. It is rejecting from this point on ETH, so but ETH could continue to bleed against Bitcoin. That's what we got to keep in mind. No, that was the wrong.
It's not done yet. But when you have Trump on the ballot driving turnout, that definitely is huge, and it definitely gives you a massive boost overall. And they've kind of slowed down the counting in South Texas. Let's check the county map in South Texas, because this is huge. Donald Trump in Texas, he leads it by Romney margins, 13 points. This is absurd. We don't have some of these counties like fully in yet. That's true, but it's like Dallas County. He really ran it up in Tarrant and all these places. Like the Sun Belt is looking very good for Donald Trump. Even Pima County in the early vote is at 37. Harris has a lead, but it's not going to hold. We don't have Yuma in, Gila in. Mojave is like, that's a beatdown right there. But Kansas, Trump now leads. He's going to take the lead by more than 10. Colorado, Trump trails by 12. Illinois is an 11-point race. He's at 31% in Cook County. He's doing relatively well in some of these suburban places. People are upset. People are angry at the status quo, and that's what happens. That's really what happens. You see this shift. You can't ignore the fundamentals. The race is not over. But North Carolina, Georgia...
I think you're going to get to 76 here.
Lean R, probably you can make the case for likely, given how we know the votes are going to come in. Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania all leaning towards Trump. That's not all that solid for Kamala Harris. That's not all that solid. And you're seeing...
Almost there. I think you're going to get to that new all-time high. Maybe reject from it, but you probably could push through potentially. Been a hard market to read, I'll tell you that.
It's not entirely how this worked out. And everybody behind the scenes understood that it would take a miracle to beat Donald Trump. And right now it very may well take a miracle for her to beat Donald Trump. It's not done yet, but let's see. Oh, now it's Trump by +6. Can we take a look at this, please? I don't know where is the popular vote outcome. So now, yeah, they have Michigan as toss-up right now. But the popular vote, yeah, the Rust Belt is not going to vote to the left of the nation by 0.6. It just won't. At least one of these states will.
So trying to conserve a little bit of battery right now. About 5% left. I mean, at this point, 70% chance of Trump winning the popular vote. And so it looks like if he wins that popular vote, it's going to be pretty crazy. By the way, guys, if you're interested in trading, check out BYDFI down below. Thank you. No, you're good. Thank you. And BloFin as well. 10% off the fees on both of those, only with my link down below. If you sign up, deposit at least $100, give you one free month in the Discord. So yeah, Pennsylvania -600. So I mean, obviously it's pretty much over. I think you'd need a miracle, an absolute miracle, if you're Harris to have any chance of winning this. I think that Pennsylvania probably will be called relatively soon. I'm in Bali, yeah, forward. I am in Bali, yep. That is where I am. So yeah, you were able to tell I'm in Ubud. So yeah, I'm just in Bali, far away from anything. I don't think there's going to be any protests since you have this frickin', this big of a. This would probably be a big bet to make. It depends what they consider a damn swing state, though. Yeah, he's probably going to win all those. Yeah, 50-50. 64 now. Yeah, that would be the one to try to put money on before it gets too high. But yeah. Didn't make a true new all-time high yet. Factoring inflation, we did not get there yet. But it does seem like we might. This area, 76. We got to get there. Yeah, it's not there quite yet. Got to hit that point. I drew it out. So didn't quite hit that yet. Very close though. Very close. ETH versus Bitcoin throughout this, very sideways, doing nothing, just following it. So yeah, it does look like we won forward. It does look like we won. It's pretty much over, yeah. Fox has confetti coming down, probably. Kidding. Popular vote, 70% for Trump. I mean, this could go more in Harris's favor. I think Harris still could win that. It's moving around, but I think that when you have 89% for Trump, it's going to be, once you get to that 80% mark, it's hard to frickin', you know, it's hard to come back from that. 87%, unbelievable. Pennsylvania, 90% Pennsylvania. I just want to see one last time what the hell Alan Lichman's saying right now. If we do, let's see here.
County from 2020.
51.6 to 47.29.
Biden was up 4.
Yeah.
Harris was up 11. With only 31%.
It's probably like the equivalent of CNN here. I mean,
I wouldn't worry too much about PA.
don't worry about Pennsylvania. Oh yeah. I can't watch this. This is ridiculous. Don't worry about it. It's betting odds are 90% for it. Are you nuts? Don't worry about Pennsylvania. Harris has got it. Yeah. They just want, I mean, it's not even, it's money making more forward. Like, I mean, they a little bit is denial, but it's more just keep people watching. You know what I mean? Keep the hopium. So yeah, that's mainly the thing there. Wow. 5 minutes ago. It's so funny. Like, you read this from AOC, and then just like the internet. Did he actually say that?